The Ranveer Show Clips, India's knowledge building channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon. Okay, so Gaurav, bro, I have to ask you this. One thing that a lot of people don't know about you is that you're actually a super active investor. So I got to know this when I recorded the BWC episode with you.
Yeah.
And the crush of every 90s kid, Shivani Dandekar, mentioned something about how you're awesome at multiplying money. How did that happen?
Listen, so hang on. Investing in startups and multiplying money are not correlated.
Okay.
All right? Because a lot of times you're dividing money and subtracting money when you invest in startups. Because the thing is that you could just go to zero tomorrow, but you could multiply it. So I'm not good at multiplying money. I wouldn't say that. What I'm good at
you have your basic
is backing the right people. Right? So you've got to. One of the biggest words for me is optimize. Right? I love that word. So optimize your skill, optimize your resources, optimize your time, which means be efficient and juice the most out of it. So even with when I meet startups, when I meet young guys, so I meet a young guy, I'm like, okay, what's the question? Like, what do you mean what's the question? I'm like, you're doing something which is an answer to a question. So what's the question? What was the burning question that forced you? For Mark Zuckerberg, it was like, the question was, how do I get girls to talk to me? Right? And then he started Facebook. Right? So what's your burning question? What's your pain point? What's troubling you? And now tell me the solution you've come up with. And now tell me why your solution is better than anybody else's. Right? And if I see that passion, a lot of times I don't even see the entire working of the product. I'm like, because you back a team, you're not backing a product. That product without a motivated team is nothing.
Are you also super into personal finance?
Yes, I am. I'm very bad at managing it, and luckily I could afford to be bad at managing it because my brother's a banker and my father is a de facto CFO of my company. And because I started working when I was 17 or 16, and I was a taxpayer since then, and I was a minor. So luckily my brother and my dad took care of all my investments, so now I'm getting more and more involved in it. And I don't like investing in property. I don't feel property is... I mean, I own the house that I live in. Besides that, I don't really invest in property because I feel like that's a saturated market in India. I feel your generation is very different from my generation, which is totally different from my dad's generation. Right?
And you're just like 10 years older than me, 15 years.
So my generation was still, some middle class values of buy a house, be settled. Your generation doesn't care about that. You guys don't care about buying a house or buying a car. You're more about experiences, right? Everything is a disposable economy for you. So property as an investment will always be solid, but will it give you exponential gain in the next 5 years? No, it won't. It won't give you the gain that it gave you in the early 2000s, right? So I'm not a big investor in property. It's just too much to manage. So I do a lot of sort of mutual funds, equity markets. So my profile as an investor is high risk. So and high risk in this country is at a premium because people are so risk averse. And our risk averse comes purely from our middle class upbringing.
The play it safe.
Beta safe ho jao, beta settle ho jao. Arey, how can you be settled in life which is such an unsettling experience? Don't settle, man. Don't settle for anything. Let life be as unsettling and as risky and as mercurial and volatile as it can be.